Hello and welcome back once again to Pillars of Eternity. This is Master Barkle from Brighthelm Recording. We left off here in Gilded Vale, our new home. We got the warm welcome of several bodies hanging from a tree. And we're ready to head to the inn, I believe, to find somewhere to stay and find our place in this home we have here.
Not a problem.
With the last video, there was some laggy bits. I do apologize. I'm still learning the process of video recording, screen recording, all of that. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf. This guy, I guess. This is the inn.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Assuming that's a nation, they don't like them. I'll say nothing. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gall mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Idarians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Ooh.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Yeah, I think he deserves it now.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, this is unnecessary. We don't want your charity either, foreigner. Well, come on now. Suspiciously like you're defending him. Ah! Alright, Tonk. Forget peasants are weaker than bandits.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You wait for slaughtering him?
Well, that is one way of putting it.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
He laughs uncomfortably.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
You know, Beowicks,
In Gwithan ruins?
caravans.
Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Several hooded figures operating a strange machine, yeah. He goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
Just how did you manage to cross those 3
I'm
trunks?
afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Ah. He did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his sister. They misheard me. Um, Alright, I'll
As
get
should
going.
I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Alright, sure.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
We got a wizardman. Wow.
Greetings.
Hello and welcome to the... Oh, it's you! Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Who? Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip you up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. So what'd you like? Room? Blam! That's a lot of XP. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your own mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher! You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face. When you spoke with the magistrate, he called her an animancer. Oh, the guy outside who was, like, very unreadable. The Lord Radrick's, I don't know, foot rubber. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Level up!
How may I help?
Not a problem.
Let's explore around here a bit. Maybe get some loot. Oh, Tenfrith, I saved you from bandits. I remember you. Ooh, it gave me a recipe for savory pie. Keep me hale and hearty. Hearty? Healthy. The fangs. I'll scroll it slowly if people want to read it. I don't want to read it, because it doesn't sound very important. Goodness, good bit of lore here in the world. Some nice world building so far. Is that the Black Hound? From which the end is named? Pet the dog. He's happy. 10 out of 10 game. Can pet dog. Yup. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Let's touch it then. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you'll feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and you feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? It is both, I think. Yes?
I survived a Biowick.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
I suppose so. I need to understand. She's consoling me like a child, huh?
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there?
Maybe?
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Okay.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. see memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
When all goes well,
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
you were making it difficult for me to sleep last night, lady.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
It's an interesting name for a keep. Soul's breaking down?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
So, like, pieces as in, like, pieces of the person, like their personality and stuff like that? Like, how does that cycle work? Are they reborn as the same person over and over again, or are they supposed to lose pieces? That way they're somewhat new people, and through their lives, do they pick up pieces? Like, it's interesting to think about.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She thinks. So wait, is your soul still here in your body? Because I'm pretty sure you're dead. But I guess there's no Audra veins nearby, I think. At least the closest ones I saw was, what, 12 hours travel away?
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Nah.
Of course, dear.
Well, like, not too confused.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Crucible of the soul. You'll have to get used to it. I'm a watcher. Maybe, probably. He seems like the BBEG. Yeah, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Yeah, I agree. Let's continue.
17 and a half.
17 and a half. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with a straw-colored hair, leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I think that's racist. What are you talking about?
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
I can't scroll up to count for you, but it is a hobby, you know.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
Uh-oh.
Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Jeez, Lord Radrick's great guy, I see.
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
Okay, he's no longer a racist. He looks at you a moment. His brow arched. His smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Goodness gracious. Talking like that, the steward dude is just over there. I don't drool half as much. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
Well, I'm a watcher, though. Trust me, bro.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
Not taken.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Well, you know, I was all the way out in the living lands. I had no idea about any of this. Dear Wooden, hello? What, blew him up?
We blew him up.
Got involved. Someone's working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. Just the whole town. They took him at his word. I guess that saved the whole town. Who's Kolsk? Farewell then. What? They want to hang you, though.
Picked the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
This? Yeah. So they don't like Aethys.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
You enlisted for Aethys? Or Deerwood, I guess. I mean, what did he do? Did he do, like, the miracles?
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
Oh, they hung him.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
So you fought against Aethys, alright? What are you still doing here? Uh-huh. Growing tired of life, huh? What why don't you die in an adventurer's life? Yeah, Cad Nua. Across the Black Meadow.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say Watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Yeah, you are kind of a cool guy.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Okay, I guess so. You could stare at whatever you wish.
Nice
Boy,
and
he's a
quiet.
tonky boy, isn't he? 91 endurance.
Lavaru, be on seek!
Why did you just immediately give that melee?
Lavaru, be
Ooh. Fulvanu's amulet.
Not a problem.
There, that one! Get that one! Oh. Ludrana, huh? Gold-packed paladin. Ooh, got a grimoire. Ludrana's orders. Oh. It seems I have no choice but to provide you with instruction. Roderick's forces are spread thin, and the road through the wilds to the south of Guildvale lies unguarded. Given these favorable circumstances, I'm sure that even you can manage to handle a peasant or two. The archers tell me that Kolsk's men made south after their escape. If you should happen to retrieve one of their number, I may be convinced to forgive your previous mistakes. For the last time, you are to keep clear of Defiance Bay, but know that if you cannot be trusted to acquire a useful specimen with even a modicum of discretion, I have no qualms whatsoever about using what materials I have at my disposal instead. Discretion. Okay, we could go to the Black Meadow now. But I smell there's still treasure abound.
curses!
Did you just dodge? Oh jeez, a big pack of wolves. Need some crowd clearing here. Poor Tunk. He's taking the brunt of it.
I meant to do that.
Adair's taking the brunt of it. Oh jeez. It's getting flanked. Everything. Everything's going wrong. Alrighty. Still got it.
Get top lad!
Man, Adair. Really taking it.
Get top lad!
Oh, he ain't getting up that time. Good thing the wolf came to me. Adolf would get smited. Oh, that ain't no fun. Swollen eye, wrenched shoulder. That was rough. Oh, there. Heard something rustling through the brush. Need supplies. Whoa. Oh, more wolves. There's the one. There's one fellow. ho. That's nice.
Adair, no!
Yep.
That's it!
Well, I offered him to die the adventurer's life. Yeah, Adair, looking a mite bit charred there and everything. You're maimed, wrenched shoulder, swollen eye. I think it's okay if we take a little lie down for a bit. Mostly going up against beasts here in the wild.
Saw you in the flames.
Saw you in the flames. Are you gonna want to fight me? I'll take your stick, your glowy stick. You. Squatting at the base of the statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. He is sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellow. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. Man, whoever wrote this guy just doesn't like him. He's ugly. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere, there is the hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell. He doesn't put on deodorant.
Come to pray at the statue?
Oh. The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the sentence, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway.
Iron Bear Trap smile, ready to spring.
I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Oh. Examine the man. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat. So much so you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. Study the man. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Margaret cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Let's focus on the staff. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous. But not now. Dang. As you study it deeper, it shimmers slightly in your eyes, like water catching the light weaving across the statue. Whatever power was bled from the staff, it doesn't make it or the wielder any less dangerous. You look up to see the man watching you studying the staff. As his gaze meets yours, he nods with a humorless smile. What's your name?
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter?
I mean, sort of. A name is simply something as a title so that you can refer to somebody or something so that, you can effectively communicate to one or the other or other people around. Like, get me that flower named King's Blood or something.
It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from. Or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now.
Liars? I think I'm a watcher.
If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher,
Ah!
then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
Yeah, there's something to this man. He knows I'm a watcher. I didn't tell him that.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
A huntsman's knot, you say? What is it you think you could offer me?
There's things we can teach each other. If you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable.
Maybe. So with all this fire talk and the fire stick and the fire statue, I'm guessing he's a fire dude, like priest maybe, because he's got the fancy talk for it. I don't think he's a book nerd.
Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
Yeah, if your stone mistress there allows it.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
Priest spells. Alright, sure. Cool. In fact, we could use a healer. Aha! Blammo. Oh, well done here. Worried about the scorched ground here.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Screams fire to me. Whether that was Mogren or Durance doing that, or I don't know, a dragon. It is worse. I think I'm gonna do what I did last time, go around the map. And then What? Who's this? Blazes! Willem, will you license... Useless bastard! Gam! We'll add his gear to the pile. Gear? Okay. Have a note. I need you to deliver our haul for Kund to sell. He will not speak to you unless you know the words Yinaibion Eeltfion. I believe I pronounced that correctly. He's only found in the gift after dark. The gift. And Stuke's gift? After dark. Yeah.
Better try some.
Get out of there, Mogren. Why were you the first one in? Oh, he's stuck. He's doomed.
I fear we've lost the angry one.
The angry one? Now he's got a swollen eye.
We gotta take better care of Bella.
Just get out of here. Run!
Ready when you are. Not a problem.
Wonder if fleeing works.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, how am I gonna do that? Huh? Those guys are mean. Revive scrolls? Guessing this is quest items, this is crafting ingredients. Miscellaneous? Food, drink, accessories, armor, weapons, crafting, let's see. Scrolls, level 1. Store minor endurance. Let's make it. Okay, now you are going to use it. Or use it. Let's see. Quick inventory. It needs 2 lore. And you need to be in combat to use that. Well, let's load the game, I guess. But that seems like a good place to end it here for now. We got a party. We're 5 now. And I guess 6. The pig doesn't really do much, but he's cute. In the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasures. For in the dew of little things, the heart finds the morning and is refreshed.